Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again today to talk to you about MPG. I had numerous people ask me how I drive, what I do, what I did with my truck to get good fuel mileage. So let's get on with it. Let's start with driving style. So I make sure I warm up my truck in the morning. You know, I do waste a little bit of fuel there, but warming up the truck in the morning is very important. And I'll warm up the truck. I'll start driving. First 5-6 gears, and no matter if I'm loaded or not loaded, I'll try to hit zero boost, no boost whatsoever. Progressive shifting, whatever these people are talking about that I hear on YouTube. Oh, progressive shift this, you got a progressive shift. Bullshit, man. Drive your damn truck, okay? Drive the truck the way a truck is meant to be driven, okay? Shift it at 1300 RPM each gear till you get to 6th. Once you get to 6th, I have 13 speed, and I'm talking about 13. Once you get to 6 gear, each gear, do 5, 6, 7 to 10 pounds, do 10 pounds. So that's what I do. Up to 10 pounds, shift. Up to 10 pounds, shift. And I don't go past 1500 RPM ever. So 1500 RPM, that's good enough. Shift the gear, and that's all I do. Speed control. So you need to try to limit yourself. I know a lot of you guys are speed demons out there, trying to make it somewhere, I don't know where, maybe a truck stop to get your spot or something. I don't know. But everybody's speeding for some reason. Everyone's driving crazy. I just came from Texas. People are driving like 76, 77 miles an hour. I know, because I drove 75 just to see how fast these people are driving, and they're still passing me. So crazy, man. So I drive about 62. I'll try to keep it at 62. I kind of found out that that's the sweet spot of my truck. That's what it likes. So I keep it at 62. I keep it under 1500 RPM in top gear. And I try to drive without cruise control. No cruise control whatsoever. I drive with my foot, and that's it. How it's meant to be driven. Cruise control, yes, flat ground, for guys down in Texas, or, flat in Nebraska, whatever. Flat part of the country. You guys can drive cruise control, no problem with that, But I drive western states, and, over Rockies and stuff, and, it's tough. You can't really use cruise control much. So at least I avoid it. Climbing hills and stuff, I'm the snail when it comes down to going up the hills. My truck definitely is not. I guarantee I can pretty much beat anybody up the hill, that's for sure. The truck is 600, 2050, so I'll definitely destroy anyone up the hill with this gear ratio and 13 speed, and the loads I'm hauling. But why? For what reason? Is someone going to give me $1,000 when I get up the hill? No. So I don't know what the race is about. When I climb the hill, I'll go the speed I'm going. If I'm going downhill, then I need to go back uphill. What I'll do, I'll go faster. I'll get the gravity to push me up the next hill, and then I'll look at my boost. I'll keep it at 20 pounds, and I'll let the engine do its work. So I'll let it pull. Once I see that it wants to go over 20, I'll get ready, downshift the gear, keep it at 20 pounds again, and same thing over and over. If I need to go down 5 gears, well, that's what's going to happen. Down 5 gears. Once I get on top of the hill, guess what? It's downhill, most likely, after it. So I'll just let the gravity speed me up again, and that's it. That's what I do when it comes down to hills. Let's talk about idling. I don't understand some people. I really don't. It's 67 right now, up in Calgary, Alberta, and some people are actually idling their trucks. I don't know what for. I got no clue. I would love to ask him, but they're polluting the freaking air, wasting money. Probably not their money, probably company's money. But see, you guys get the point. If you own your truck, if it's 70 outside, why idle a truck, man? I really don't get it, man. I don't know. That's for idling. I talk about no cruise control, and I told you guys about bullshit, progressive shifting crap, whatever. Drive the truck like it's meant to be driven. So just doing these things, what I just told you about, you're gonna save a lot of fuel. That means money, and you're actually gonna save your truck. You'll see in 1 year how much less maintenance you're gonna have to do when you drive the way I just explained to you. Let's talk about truck, because not everything is you. Truck is another 50% of all that fuel. So let's talk about it. What I did with my truck first, when I got my truck, every single thing that I could do to it, maintenance wise, everything was done. Valve adjustment, whatever, you know. Now I know you guys, a lot of you guys have DPF filters and stuff like that. I'll do the force regeneration, you know, do whatever you can do. Go down to a dealership, make them do a force regeneration on it, you know, clean up the filters, put all new sensors, new DPF filter if required, you know, make sure EGR is working properly. There's videos out there of how to do all these things. Replace your, this is Cummins only I'm talking about, guys. Cummins ISX. On this engine, replace the IMAP sensor, Delta P sensor, exhaust back pressure sensor. Those three sensors are very crucial. They're most mistaken things ever. A lot of turbos and VGT actuators and DPF filters and whatnot has been sold to owner operators just because techs that are not trained good enough, they just guess, and they every time, what's wrong with the truck? Oh, it's a turbo. It's a EGR. It's an EGR cooler. It's whatever. So educate yourselves on these things. Information's out on the internet, and you guys can find it. If I found it, you guys can find it. And I suck with computers, so things you guys should get for your truck: exhaust temperature gauge, must. Boost gauge is a must. So with those two in the truck, you can look at the parameters while you're driving up the hill, and just by looking at those two gauges, your driving style is going to change. So on its own. I talked about maintenance, tire pressure in your tires. I run steers 105, drives 100, trailer 100. So it all depends what kind of tires you got. My combination: Michelin, steers, Toyo, big mistake, drives, and then Michelin's on my trailer. I don't know why I done this. I made a huge mistake and put a Toyos on my truck, and I regret it to the day. If anyone wants to buy it, let me know. They're brand new. I'll give it to you for a really good price. So that's that. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the fuel stations. Where you guys fuel up? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm barking at the wrong tree. But the only fuel station I have no issues with, I mean, well, I'm sorry, I should say, the only fuel station I have a big issue with is Love's. Every single time I would fuel at Love's, my fuel consumption would just be shit, like complete shit. Like when my fuel consumption is from anywhere from 7.4 to 9.0, and when I fuel at Love's, I'm lucky to see a 7, and it's usually 6.7, 6.8, 6.9. That's it. And it happens to be light load. The last time I did it, it was a light load, so I'm kind of keeping track of this. And I don't know if any of you guys know where to send fuel to get tested, or I might just take a 5-gallon jug one day and fill up 5 gallons by 5 gallons, you know, and see how much I get cheated, because either they're cheating on fuel or they're doing something, because it just can't be that in 1 year I always get shitty fuel mileage from one gas station. It's just not coincidence. It's just not happening. So we'll see with that. That'll be another video. But just be careful when you guys fuel up. I mean, I usually try to fuel up at TA is really good, Petro is really good, Flying J and Pilot. I mean, they're okay. I don't have problems with them. But try that, guys. You know, give it a try, and then go from there. So maintenance on your truck, keep up the maintenance, get that boost gauge and the EGT gauge, drive by those two, use common sense, and you should be doing alright. On the end of the year, if you save half a mile per gallon, on the end of the year, that for me ended up being $12,000, and that's what I saved. So you guys should try to do the same. That 12,000 can be very useful on the end of the year. So you guys have a good one, and if you guys have any questions, shoot me a holler. Alright, man.